Right. What else is it important to talk about? Okay, well, I can continue where I left off, right? I feel like, especially in today's society, people are way overreacting to a lot of things. I mean, like that happens, especially when guys try to, flirt with girls, get with girls. Yeah, sometimes they step over the line. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's a gray area. For many different reasons. It's not. I'm not saying that to excuse bad behavior, but really, it's a gray area, right? Right. It really depends on a lot of things, and yeah, I just feel like, but it's not just that, right? It's all of life, like tons of areas in life where people are constantly overreacting. Where I feel like, whoa, dude, you need to calm down, right? People are so irrational all over the place. Um, and yeah, what else? I want to, talk about. Okay, let's talk about politics. Trump, American politics. I'm a Norwegian, but I want to talk about American politics for a second because everyone, like America, is a big country. USA is a big country, and it's relevant to the rest of the world, and a lot of people are interested. So let's talk about it. Trump. I feel like he's not as bad as a lot of leftists wants to say that he is. Like he's not an evil demagogue by any means, like any stretch of the imagination. He is, however, an idiot. He has. It is, established that he has had at least racist tendencies. Right? That's not an exaggeration. That is. An accurate description, because his rental, his apartment company or something, like they consistently excluded blacks, you know, when they rented out apartments or something like that. And then there are some, actually many other things that are, that he did or said that was bad. Well, I mean, like, what about the things when, like, he's talking about the ozone layer thing and, like, oh, yeah, well, when you spray it and spray the hairspray inside, then it's not a problem, right? Uh, and that's not exactly how he sounds, but that's the voice I'm doing right now. And it's like, dude, are you really that stupid? Anyway, like, but yeah, and it's like, of course, he's stupid. Like, a lot of people are stupid, and stupid people shouldn't hold an office. They should be above average smart. They shouldn't be. They don't need to be. They don't need to have 200 IQ, but they should be smarter than average. They should not be stupider than average and hold office. They just shouldn't. That is dangerous, actually, right? The absolute top level that decides what's going to happen to the country should not be stupider than average. That is reckless. But anyway, I mean, it's not. It's not. It also is not as reckless as people say. I mean, it's probably going to be fine, and it even could not be fine, even if we had someone smarter. For example, Hillary Clinton, which I feel like is definitely more intelligent, but at the same time, not necessarily better. She holds a lot of stupid views, like, when she tweets that, uh, the what is it, like the most important victims of war are the women and children because they are left without their husbands, right? And it's just like, bro or sis, are you serious? Because, I mean, dying because you didn't even choose to for a cause that you don't necessarily even care about, that's not being an even worse victim, right? Just, having to go out there and get your body shot to pieces by fucking enormous amounts of hard calibers. That's just like, well, yeah, I mean, he's a small sort of victim, but the really the biggest victims of war are the women and children who are staying home, you know, and continuing to be with each other in safety. Oh yeah, those are definitely the biggest victims of war. How could you possibly say such a thing? That is such an empathy gap for men, right? It's despicable. And it makes no sense, right? Where is the rational thinking here? All right, and then I also heard something about like she agreed, like she was one of the people that voted for going the invasion of Iraq, right? Um, Bernie voted against, and said that it was going to be a fucking mess, like a real mess, um, and he was right, and she was wrong. And I don't necessarily know that having her would be more peaceful or better in any sense of the word. And there's also another alternative. What's like Kamala Harris? Yeah, like, I don't know much about her. But I do know she also has these stupid feminist views, right? Like, oh, we're men. Blah, 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 blah. No, all right. We're not horrible. We're just like women. We're just, we just have slightly different biologies. We're not worse than women, right? Like, we just have different physical abilities and slightly different personalities. But it does not make sense. There is no, like, good reason to really believe that women on average are good people and men on average are bad people, or I mean, it's not what she's saying either, but I feel like it's implied in the way, like men are spoken about, in those circles, and also like, but the worst thing, like the most obvious mistake that Democrats make is how they constantly judge and talk shit about their political opponents, right? I mean, I've done that too, but I have matured like from that many years ago when I was 15, or uh, maybe even 18. Yeah, sure. I thought that the other side of the spectrum was evil too. But obviously, that's not true. And I mean, it's especially not if we compare it to the left. And right now, I don't really know where I stand, because I don't feel like politics that are actually happening are that relevant to me, right? There's like most causes that people care so intensely about is not that important to me. Like, what is important to me is honest politicians that actually do smart things, not that they do what happens to be my opinion. Oh, abortion, yes or no, right? No, just try to save the fucking country from being, from being bad. Try to make the world better. Like, is it that hard? It should be really simple. It seems simple to me. Why isn't it? Um, and yeah, so I just don't get that. And I feel like there's so much corruption. There is so much posing, lies, explaining aways, like incompetence, indirectness, like waiting times. I feel like there's like a lot of things they do behind the scenes that, like, oh yeah, like shuffle some money over there and over to these people and make them happy and stuff. And then we're like, oh yeah, we didn't have money for this, and it's gonna take a little more time for that project, and oh yeah, but we have to prioritize other things right now, and like blah blah blah. But actually, like, if you just simply and effectively did exactly the best thing that you could possibly do in that position that you're in for the country, then you would be doing way better at achieving the things that the people of the country are expecting of you or want of you, right? And it's just like, and people are just like arguing so much over so much stuff that is completely irrelevant to a good society. You know, it's like, oh, women, what is the definition of, well, I mean, it's like, it's irrational. This whole discussion is, I mean, oh God, where do I even begin, right? It's like, all these like woke people, like, oh, you other guys are evil, and then like the other side is like, well, you guys, you are insane and authoritarian, and it's like the truth is somewhere in the middle, right? And it's like the one side is wrong on some points, the other side is wrong on some other points, right? It's always like that. And yeah, you know. Anyway, fucking hell. Well, I feel like just be rational. You know, calm down, have a rational discussion. No, almost no people are able to have a rational discussion. What people want to do is yell at the opponent that how wrong they are, how stupid they are, how evil they are, etc., etc., etc. Right? That's what people love to, or dominate people in debates and like win with quick gotchas, you know, cheap gotchas. It's not about cheap gotchas. It's about actual, clear, irrefutable arguments. That's what we want, right? And yeah, I'm gonna pause the video now and upload it again.